Welcome to this Padel. We are in Padel Haus, Nashville, Tennessee, in a new club, and we are with Jordi Serrano Massaneda, who is the person that manages everything related to sports inside the Padel Haus ecosystem. He has a key role in this brand. He's helping develop Padel in the US, and we're going to get his story, his vision, and how he's helping create a great brand and help Padel become a very popular sport in the United States. Welcome, Jordi.
Thank you very much for having me.
In fact, I'm in your house.
You
We're in the
That's
Gibson
correct.
Lounge,
Yes.
which is very special. So for you, we're going to start talking a little bit about this club and then about you, because this is super special.
Of course.
This is which opening of Padel Haus?
So this is our third opening.
Okay.
Well, if we count the pop-up, could be fourth.
I like it.
We started in New York, our first club in Williamsburg 2 years ago. Then we jumped on Dumbo, also in Brooklyn, New York, with our second indoor club with 4 courts on each one. Then we also had pop-up outdoor courts.
In Domino.
Yeah, in Domino Park, right in front of the Williamsburg location. And hopefully this year we're working on getting them on the rooftop of the Williamsburg club. It was the original plan, but then we found that space, and I think for the exposure of the sport was great. And it went really well. Unfortunately, they're building a huge tower, exactly, New York. So we're going back to the original plan, and if everything goes well, by the end of the summer, we'll have those 3 outdoor courts right there.
Amazing. And how has Padel Haus gone from that crazy project with a club in Williamsburg to this new ecosystem that is growing super fast?
Yeah, so I mean, Santi, when I met Santi a few years ago, he had a very clear idea what he was trying to do with Padel Haus. It's like a whole big brand with just not only one paddle club, trying to have a multi-club system around the US. We started in New York. Now we just opened a month ago here in Nashville, and there's a few more to come this year. We have Denver, Atlanta, and a 3rd club in Brooklyn.
Ooh.
So those 3 are for sure they're about to happen.
But before the end of 2025?
Before the end of this year. So we have Atlanta, it's happening next month. We're also hosting the US Open there. We closed a big deal, 3-year deal with the USPA.
Super important.
Yeah. See, I think it's one of the keys, to try to keep maybe it's not going to be the same location, but since we're working on this, having different locations around the US, I think it's key to keep the same operations group running the US Open to make it big and make sure every year it's better and better. Yeah.
Last year was great.
Last year was great. It was a last minute thing.
Yeah,
and
you came to a rescue. It was supposed to be in Miami.
We did our best, and we saved it. And I think it was a really good experience from all of us. And also we wanted to really host it just to get a lot of inside information from players, from other clubs, from people coming partners to see okay, how we can improve this moving on. And this year we're preparing this with way more time.
Wow.
And we're gonna make sure it's the biggest tournament in the US.
Amazing. It has to be with the best players.
It has to be. We're gonna have probably a 64 draw if we can.
Wow.
So it's gonna be with a big prize money, a lot of sponsors, partnerships coming in. So we're working on that.
Okay. So what makes Padel Haus Padel Haus? The courts, the vibe, the people, how would you define it?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm from Spain, and as we know, Spain, this sport is huge, and there's I don't know how many millions of people are playing this sport right now, but it's even in my town, it's a 20,000 people town, and I see more paddle courts than tennis courts right now. Even my old tennis club used to be a tennis club, and it became almost like a paddle club.
Wow.
Here, what we try to do is the facilities we have is not just the paddle court where people comes, plays, and goes home.
Yeah.
We want to make sure it's a social, nice environment where you can come here at any time during the week. Just if you want to work from home, you can come here. We have nice areas where you can rest. You have some office space. We have nice locker rooms. We have a nice juice house, food and beverage. We try to have some like gym recovery area too. So at the end of the day, you can spend the whole day here, where you can come to work in the morning, you can jump on the court to play, you can have a shower, you can have lunch, you can watch a soccer game or football, whatever you like to watch. Exactly. Today we just finished the finals and everyone was here staying for Roland Garros. Now they're watching Spain-France. So it's like we try to create like a social club through paddle. So, but we really also focus on the sport. So it's not just a social club where you play paddle. We also have then all the academy, all the different programming to make sure at the end of the day we're like a paddle club.
Amazing. And what's your role in this world, in the Padel Haus ecosystem?
So we kind of like, it has been changing a little bit because at the beginning, again, exactly, it was more like building the whole project like with the first club, where there is more like, okay, this is new in New York, we just need to build a community from scratch. So the CEO, Santiago, like everyone was just doing everything to make sure whoever was opening the door is like, hey, here we are, we'll jump on the court with you, we'll show you this, like how to play, we'll show you the facilities, we'll do anything. Now slowly we've been growing a lot, jumping on different locations and different states from the US. Then my role changed to kind of like, okay, how we prepare each team for each like location we have. And one of the key points here is like every city in the US for me is like a different country. It's like
it is.
The type of people, the lifestyle is completely different. So it's kind of like, it's very interesting how to adapt like the club according to where we're where we're jumping. So right now, my main goal, my main job here is build the academy for the sport, anything related to the sport. So anything with the brands from paddle, like rackets, merch. Then we have the academy. So all the part of like on course. So head coaches, assistant coaches, then training all the front desk related with the academy. That's my main job on the operations and day-to-day duties. What we focus on for our like my key here is like when we open any club, there's two positions and they're the vital positions, which is like the GM and the head coach. Those two people, they have to be the right person, because it's like those two people, they're just gonna live at the club like for I don't know how long. They're the ones they need to, from there, like we break down the position. So from the head coach, okay, we need more coaches. I need you to train also like all the front desk people, the people who are working at the club, because even like the handyman, the front desk, the juice house, they need to learn the sport, they need to understand, they need to, maybe sometimes we see so many of our workers jumping on the court with members because we need someone on the court. And if at the end of the day, like everyone at the club knows how to play or understands the game, it's a plus from our side to give like that like service to the client. Yeah,
to me it was the first time in Nashville and the first time in Padel Haus Nashville, but I felt like I was at home. The vibe was like the New York one, and also the couple in the front desk. They are great. Exactly. They have a great story. They are proud of working here. And then when I went to the juice bar, it was the same person that I met in New York. So I think you are like trying to teach them, bringing here the original ones in order to have a standard.
100%, and that's one of the keys we have here is, as you said, like today, this weekend we host like 1,000 here in Nashville, and the team is kind of small, and the hardest part is like the first months, how to train everyone from juice house people, bartenders, baristas, then the front desk people, concierge. So we have like a big group in New York, which we have already 2 clubs, 3 counting the pop-up, and they know exactly operationally how we work. And for us, it's great to kind of like, okay, let's grab like we brought like the manager of juice, one of the managers of Juice House with us. We brought another barista, because we know like they know how to deal with this kind of weekend tournament with like 150 people on a day. And also it helps a lot for the people there we have here to see like, okay, how to train them well and how we should be working on a day-to-day.
And I have one question related to what I love, which is tech. How important is technology to create a club for these times? And what technologies are you using?
I mean, it's key. It's like it's kind of a battle here in the US. Since it's like a new sport, there's like a lot of software companies that are trying to jump in. For us in that case, like on a day-to-day, how to run like the business from numbers to core bookings to anything data related, we use Play by Point today. And it's great. It helps us a lot also for opening other locations. We kind of have like the same software everywhere, so we can kind of control like everything from the same through the same software. Then it kind of we diversify the famous rating system in paddle to know like in tennis they use UTR a lot.
Always is controversial, whatever you pick.
There's so many things going on there. We started with like the Play by Point. We kind of like, can we do something through them and PRP? Then also I think they're doing a great job like Red Paddle. They're trying to help on that side more for like tournaments. I help a lot and I work with them and I'm very happy with Charles and the team because I think they're very focused on trying to give something great to the US through the tournaments, through the rating system. At the end of the day, I feel a lot of software are trying to work together too, because at the end of the day, they know like, okay, instead of offering the club like 5 different softwares for different things, why we don't kind of partner up and everyone is able to use them together. But again, it's like, today we're here, next year, I don't know what's gonna come.
And you have also the cameras, right?
We have the cameras too, and I feel here in the US, as we said, Pádel Haus, we want to try to give like the best service, so we want to have as many things as possible. So for example, we have like different camera system through all the clubs for either people just coming to play for fun, they can record themselves like either on a lesson, playing a match, and they can see it later at home to see what happened during that match.
The disasters.
Exactly. When we do like big tournaments, we can live stream all the courts for people there from other countries or their home, and they want to see their friends or family playing paddle. We put the scoreboards also there, so we kind of, at the end of the day, we want to professionalize like this as much as we can.
And also the bar is kind of any club, not paddle club, like a nightclub in the US. Like they have cocktails, they have the best spirits.
Then it's like when you come here, we want to make sure we have everything or as many things as possible for you. So the juice house is also a big part of Pádel Haus, where we focus on healthy products too. Like so, because at the end of the day, it's like we focus on nice smoothies, good sandwiches with good ingredients. Also, everything has to look nice, and we try to keep the same image through all the clubs. And again, you can see, you've been here in Nashville now, and you can compare them to New York. I think everyone has their different vibe, but at the end of the day, the concept has to be the same. We just adapt, like depending on the place we find, we try to keep the same concept, but adapting it to the city we go.
There's something that when I come to the paddle houses, I try to adapt, and it's the 1 hour slot. And I'm used to the 90 minute, but I'm not saying that it's better or worse. It's just I'm used to that. How did you decide to do that, or why?
Probably was one of the questions at the beginning before starting anything, like, should we go like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half slots? So since the beginning, the first decision was like, hey, hour slots, if people they really want to play, they're just going to book 2 hours. We just, at least for example in New York, since we never changed it, and that was what we offer since day one.
People got used to that, and that's it.
People, they just got used to that, and it's like people, they play, it's always 2 hours. People, they just want to play for fun, or like we have like, let's hit some balls, they get the hour. Also, I think also for an operation side, like with academy events, like we have so many programming going on. Those 30-minute slots, like maybe you're going to waste, you don't want them. And again, maybe if we have like a 20 courts club, like sure, like we have courts to do that. 4 courts in New York, the demand is huge. So right now it's more like the part of like, let's make sure like the prime time right now, it's in a very high demand. So we want to make sure we use it.
And how does the membership work? Because I think it's very important here. People come and spend a lot of time. They invite their own friends, but also they feel like they belong.
So the membership, there's 2 ways to see the membership. There's the ones that they really love the sport, they play a lot, or they love to come to Padel Haus. And at the end of the day, we have a lot of perks we give for the members, which we start from booking 2 weeks in advance compared to 5 days. So we know like New York is like even people that they don't come too often, they just want to become a member because whenever they want to play, they know like, oh, there's no court at 6 p.m. Everyone wants to play at 6, 7 p.m. On the weekends. Then we give discounts on Juice House, we give discounts on the Pro Shop with all the brands we have. We give like prior access to events, discount on events, on tournaments. They get discount on core booking, on the academy. So basically it's kind of like, okay, whenever someone asks like, oh, how does it work the membership? It's more like if you play like more than 2 hours a week, so like let's say 8-9 hours a month, for you it's worth it. Economically, it's worth it to get the membership. But then if you value even more, like no, the main reason is because I want to book in time with more time. Then that's where everyone normally tries to get a membership. We also have the multi-club membership, so we're opening like 3 clubs. There are 3 more to come. There's a lot of people here in the US, like they travel a lot for work, for vacation. So the idea is like, oh, I'm from New York, I'm coming to Nashville for a work trip, whatever. You know, we have Padel Haus, you know, how we work, what we offer. So it's kind of, we want to feel like you are at home, either if you are in Nashville, in Denver, or in New York. Yeah,
and you have a booth for calls too, a little one.
Yeah, we do. Here we have so much space, like we want to use it as much as possible. So, and it's great. It's like there's people, they have important call, like they have to jump on a Zoom meeting or something. They just jump in, they lock it. They go to the core. Exactly, and they jump back to the core.
And I've seen on the women's lockers, the changing room, that there are some that have their names.
Those ones are the ones that they really love the sport and the place. Okay. And it's people like I would say they live at the club and they just want to leave their stuff there. For them it's like either if it's not every day, every 2 days, they come here and they want to make sure they just have their own small space to feel like they're at home.
Yeah, that's great. And there's also this little but important detail. This is a place for music, it's well known. Gibson is based here, is their HQ, and we are in the Gibson Lounge. What's this? I've been recording a little bit.
So yeah, it's funny. When I came here, it was kind of like, oh wow, like
what's this?
Exactly. And what else? We know, like we're in Nashville. So the owner of Gibson is Argentinian and he loves paddle, Cesar. So he came here at the beginning. He met Santiago. He showed him like the headquarters, everything from Gibson here in Nashville, and it's like, hey, I think we can do something together. Put something together, and we have the space. I think they did a great job here. It's funny because the first time I arrived, like when we opened, there was a member here playing the guitar with like the instructor, like having a class. Wow. So I had to ask after, and it's like, yeah, like normally I do like once or twice a week, I have like guitar lessons. So I was gonna play here. It's like, why I should not bring like my instructor here, give me have the class right here, and then right after jump to the core.
But this is perfect for presentations.
Awesome. It is.
And there's we cannot hear the balls or the class here.
It's amazing. It's like people here, even again, maybe the booth is full. You come here if you want to disconnect, you want to jump on a call, you need some silence. Come here and
it's great.
You're out.
It's another thing. So going back a little bit to you, how did you switch from tennis to paddle? How was that journey?
In Spain, I started playing tennis first when I was 11. I was playing tennis at my local club. We had like 6 courts there, and there was always that paddle court on the corner with cement walls, like the old style. It was funny because we always had it there, and since I started playing tennis once a week, we were having our paddle match, but it was more like to disconnect from the academy of tennis because we were like training 3-4 days a week, tournaments.
Competitive tennis.
Yeah, it wasn't like competitive like traveling because I was in school, but I was trying to see like how take like, let's see what I can get from tennis. But always like that, I remember like that once a week on a Friday, on a Thursday, like with the academy guys, like the team jumping on the paddle court, and it was so much fun. It was literally like a disconnection of like, okay, like tennis, clay court all day, getting mad, that. And paddle, it was just like a way more social. We were just having so much fun. And it's funny because when I turned like around 16, 15, 16, I could see like a lot of people kind of like that court was getting very busy. And then out of nowhere, instead of that court, there was two more glass courts like next to each other. It's like, okay, we were starting playing a little bit more instead of maybe once, maybe twice, because we weren't getting really into it. And even I played a few like social tournaments, like summer league tournaments.
I've seen you.
I
not just because you're the coach, but you're competitive.
I was so focused on tennis, still like on tennis, and I was not planning at the beginning to come here to the US. So when I turned 18, I was like, okay, that's time to go to Barcelona probably, study, go to university, and I had the opportunity to come here to the US. And as soon as I left, those like 3-4 years in Spain, it was just booming. Like all my friends from tennis, that they went to study in Barcelona and they were not playing tennis anymore. They just switched to paddle for fun, but then also they were practicing, taking lessons, this and that, and they catch up like a really good level, like way faster than maybe someone like who never played racket sports before.
Yeah, true. So I'm suffering that.
So the summers and Christmas when I was going back home, I was like playing some tournaments, just playing paddle, because then all day here in the US, like all the year was just tennis.
You were doing college tennis.
College tennis. So it was like Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., conditioning, practice, then the weekends, get on the shuttle, on the bus, on the plane, traveling. So it was, I love it also. I think it was a great experience. But again, it was, probably I knew I was not going to become a professional tennis player. So my head was already thinking around like junior year, okay, what I want to do, like.
What's next?
What's next, exactly. And that's where I kind of like starting like, slowing down a little bit more from tennis and focusing more on the professional career.
Okay. So what's next for you?
So what's next? Yeah. So I did a double major with business management and mathematics. So I always liked the finance world a little bit. I was always looking. I was based in Brooklyn, so you know Wall Street. Like we know what's going on there. So my senior year, I was finishing school. I was trying to get an internship, see, okay, where should I start? So I got very lucky and I started an internship at Morgan Stanley on a wealth management team. I love it. It was very intense, but I was learning so much. And also I was combining it with my last semester of school. So, you know, like that internship where you just grind it all day long to make sure, let's see if I get a full-time job after. So thank God, like I got the full-time job offer. And right there, I guess, like, okay, that's time to, I guess that's my path, my career path.
And here you are.
And here, exactly. Wow. And you never know. And I'm always that person, like, in my head is like, I don't think like, 5 years ahead. It's like, do I like this? And then obviously I'm going to think, do I want to do this for
right
living?
Now, I think 1 year in paddle in the US is like 5 years in any other industry.
That's so one of the main reasons, like in Morgan Stanley, was like I had a great position and I know I could grow like a lot in the company. But then I met Santiago. He explained me the project. I always in the last 3 years in New York, junior, senior, I was following or I was doing a lot of research about like paddle like projects around New York, and there was really nothing except Santiago with Pádel Haus. Like I saw an article from him, I contacted him, I met him, we talked. He explained me the whole vision he had. It's like, wow, like this guy, like he's really.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. So in my head, I always had like I'm the kind of guy like when I have something that I wanted or I want, like I cannot stop thinking until I'm there. So it was like during Morgan Stanley, it was like, yeah, I love the job. It was very intense. The team was great, but my head was in another place. It was like Padel Haus and the project. And as you said, it's like I wanted to be in a like startup or small project where I could learn like everything from scratch. Because yeah, it's a racket sports business, but it's a whole new project in New York. Like you learn from real estate, from operations, from business plan and management, like everything. It's bring a sport outside from the US. It's like, okay, the team, who we're gonna bring, like how we're gonna do it, like who's gonna be good for this,
like,
everything. There was nothing, exactly.
Things,
there was nothing at the beginning, so it was like, and I could see like through like the CEO, the COO, like the CFO, like we're like so connected and we're all day long like talking about so many things, like the knowledge I was getting and I've been getting like these years, it has been like huge for me.
It's like a master's degree.
It is. It's like, and again, it's like a lot of hours to even more maybe than Morgan Stanley, but it's something like I really worry about. Like it's not I'm not the founder, I'm not the owner, but I feel like I have those responsibilities. Like this is like, I need to take care of this. Okay. So it has been great so far.
Hope to like keep us posted. Think we are gonna visit Atlanta, Denver, all that, because
again,
I love the concept.
Like next year we do it again, and who knows like
so
where
to me
we are.
So to me the USPAs are the excuse
going.
to come and visit your Padel Haus, but I really love it. So thank you, Jordi.
Yeah.
Good luck, and please keep us posted.
Thank you very much.